devised to expose the truly barbaric face and inner workings of the U.S. prison system. It is being set up on various platforms, including YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, and TikTok. But why the name Gulag USA? Well, America portrays itself as a beacon leader and standard bearer of freedom and democracy that the world should admire and imitate. But the reality is, this country has only 5% of the world's population, yet fully 1/4 of the world's entire prison population. This is a captive population of millions that are deemed slaves under the U.S. Constitution's 13th Amendment. One does not learn how to be free from being made a slave. Slavery is the opposite of freedom and democracy. This is but one component of the blatant hypocrisy of America's prison system. The other is its inhumanity. In fact, after the 1940s and World War II, the U.S. assailed its major Cold War rival, the Soviet Union, as a brutal and inhumane society. A major part of this criticism projected outward against others was U.S. propagandists seizing on the writings of Alexander Solzhenitsyn, a Russian who was supposedly arrested in 1945 and spent 8 years in Soviet prisons and labor camps. Based upon his claimed experiences, he wrote various books critical of the Soviet prison system, or gulags, including his most renowned work, The Gulag Archipelago, which won him much acclaim in America. But Solzhenitsyn and his writings were later revealed to be a fraud. His own life story and his Gulag Archipelago were exposed to be based largely on deliberate fabrications, rumors, and much of it was not even written by him. A critical expose on Solzhenitsyn was published in Moscow in 2004 by Alexander Ostrovsky, titled, in English translation, Solzhenitsyn, Farewell to the Myth. Ostrovsky's book gives a thorough, documented, and detailed critical expose of the fraud of Solzhenitsyn and his works. It is only fitting that U.S. propagandists seized upon false works like Solzhenitsyn to cast criticism on others, while diverting all attention from the real inhumanity of its own prisons. A prison system far more barbaric than what Solzhenitsyn portrayed of the Soviet Union's gulags, and with a quarter of the world's entire population, America's prison system is far larger. There is a growing movement in America today that calls itself abolitionist, which began as a protest movement among U.S. prisoners to abolish prison slavery and strike the slavery clause in the 13th Amendment. This prison-based movement must reclaim its prison leadership. On the other hand, there is an explosion of cop cities, of militarized zones set up to consolidate and further entrench the murderous forces of U.S. police state that continue to occupy the communities of people of color and the poor, and to sweep us by the millions into its vast network of prisons, or America's own Gulag Archipelago. We must sharpen our resistance against these forces of police repression, while exposing this system of modern slavery for what it is, and that the criticisms that the American ruling class and propagandists have hurled against others pale by comparison to the realities of its own razor-wire plantation, which is the Gulag Archipelago, USA. This is Kevin Rashid Johnson coming from you within America's Gulag Archipelago. Dare to struggle, dare to win. All power to